Hello, this is Andrew with Dataspace Digital, and today I'm kicking off my GTM or Google Tag Manager training series. And in this video, we're going to discuss why marketers and analysts rely on Google Tag Manager and how you can start leveraging the tool for your business. And over the course of this series, I plan to teach you the skills that you need to go from a beginner or whatever level you're at and hopefully gain a more elevated understanding of the tool and better leverage it. So, first, let's cover how you manage tags the old way. Now, if your website's been around for a while, chances are you might even have some of this on your website. If you go through your website code, you might see some JavaScript or HTML that have been placed for legacy media platforms. I still see Universal Analytics, which was the previous version to GA4 from Google. I see that from time to time still on websites. And very commonly, people are putting Facebook pixels, LinkedIn pixels into the header section of your website. And this is, while this is fine, it's not going to break your code. It can be really tough to manage all of those scripts, especially as platforms like Universal Analytics become deprecated or Facebook rolls out a new pixel. There's just a lot of downsides to having your code live in the head. And a lot of the times, too, marketers don't have the ability to just add code to a website. If you're working for a large company, chances are you might have a development team who is responsible for managing the code base, and any changes will likely need to go through them. So, thus, there's generally layers of approval processes, and this can make deploying a pixel or setting up marketing campaigns take that much slower. So, and again, in this digital world, we live and breathe by our speed. So this can also lead to slower marketing and development. So let's go over first what Google Tag Manager is, and I'll move myself for a little bit so hopefully you can read it. Google Tag Manager is a free tool from Google that allows you to manage your marketing and analytics tags on your website and app. So previously, you had to add all of the manual scripts that I was just referencing and store that all messy in your site's code base. With Tag Manager, we just add a couple lines of code and we can store our tags instead of on your site within this easy to use tool that allows you to deploy things without actually writing code. When you publish something, Google Tag Manager will essentially load that for you. So this kind of takes out a lot of the technical requirements of setting up pixels. And again, it just like Google Analytics, Google Tag Manager is free to use. So I highly recommend it if you're not using it already. And if you do have that legacy code I was referencing on the first slide, migrating that into Tag Manager will likely be a good initiative for your business. So let's go over some tangible examples of what Google Tag Manager can do. So very commonly, folks are using it to deploy media scripts from some of the largest platforms in the world right now. So TikTok pixels, Google Analytics conversion scripts, Instagram pixels, or commonly now Meta, since Instagram and Facebook are one company, but a lot of marketing scripts related to tracking on those platforms. And Google Tag Manager can allow you to easily add that code directly from the interface. So again, why does Google Tag Manager beat manual tagging? And I'll call manual tagging when you add the script directly into the head. That's what I was referencing on the first slide. So again, we referenced it at the top. All of your tags when you use Google Tag Manager are stored in one central location. So huge benefit. All of your tags are in one place. So if you need to adjust anything, you only have one place to look. Very, very simple. Another really cool use case for Google Tag Manager is version control. Now, all you developers out there are probably likely familiar with this term, but for those that aren't, version control allows you to track changes as they happen. And let's say something gets added that accidentally breaks your website. With version control, we can easily roll back to a previous version where everything was working. And again, we touched on this before because Google Tag Manager doesn't need developer assistance generally. We can speed up the process that typically would be slowed down by development delays. And then another really cool use case is you can stage changes, meaning you can see them on your site without publishing them in this preview and testing mode, which is very helpful if you are deploying something new for the first time and you want to make sure it's working before you actually make that change. There really isn't a great way to do that if you're manual tagging, where Google Tag Manager makes that pretty seamless. So let's go over who should use Google Tag Manager. Again, this is one of the great benefits of the tool. Everyone can use Google Tag Manager, whether you are a marketing leader, an analyst, intern, a developer, a business owner, and you don't even have to have that much technical experience because the interface is so drag and drop and intuitive to use. The amount of people that can benefit and leverage Google Tag Manager really is any practitioner within a business. So as you're watching this video, you might say to yourself, I don't know if I have the technical chops. And what I hope to show you over the course of this series is you absolutely do. And all it takes is a little bit of training, but I promise if you stick with me, it'll all make sense in the end. So with that, I want to start with data-driven decisions. Here at Dataspace Digital, we believe in data as the foundation, and that accurate tracking leads to better decisions. And without testing things, we need to be able to see our changes ahead of time. And if you aren't testing, chances are your growth won't be as fast as it could be. And then finally, we also need to understand where our marketing investments are going and where are we getting the best ROI. Tag Manager, through deploying pixels from Facebook, Google Ads, all of this will help us better understand where our spend is going and who is winning. So in conclusion, these are some of the use cases that Google Tag Manager allows us. And hopefully I've showed you why you should install it on your website. And again, over the course of this series, we'll show other use cases and examples and take a closer look under the hood of how you can maximize the tool for your advantage. So what I hope to show you over the course of the series is going from beginner or whatever level you're at, hopefully to expert level status, or at least more comfortable using the tool. Or if you work in an organization, better understand how your org is using it and maybe how you can use it better today. This has been Andrew with Dataspace Digital going through our first GTM series. Please let me know if you have any questions in the comment section. And if you are new here, please subscribe and turn on notifications so you can be aware of when I upload new videos.